how much water you use and the usage of it to a penny degree. To be something called a person, as you would most likely agree, to be some obscene way of doing mathematics back in the form and back addicts of the addictive situational persuasional situation that happens to contain all the mathematical brains from back in the day. But as you can see today, we have found ourselves living on a grid to portray somewhere where we say, hey, this is where we happen to live. And if you look through this tube, you can see planets in it, dude. But that's all to be distinguished from your mustache and distinguishable personality, mathematical degree, and everything, as you can see or can't see. But it happens to be something of microscopic, macroscopic infidelity, fidelity, things that go this way or that way, not to ever be opposite in actuality. And the definition as it stands is factuality, then disposed, and to be opposed, to be supposedly some sort of mathematical stance that just doesn't dance with the rest of the community that happens to be peer-reviewed and journalistic approaches to be viewed by others in the public reign, has yet to be detained, and then refrain for just a minute. You have to have patience within it for you to be considered something that stands inside of it, within it, to be a part of it, to be a part of the paddle stroking, this canoed endeavor to bring you through to these spawn solutions of the salmon kind, moving from one rhyme to the next trek, to the next effects of the modern world, to be swirled and twirled around by every curled institutional orbital trance that we come up with as this big dance between the cosmos and the heavenly bodies happen to be not so heavy bodies. So heavy bodies, not exactly. They sort of just stand there, and we haven't quite prepared ourselves for the hair that might stand on end. If we figure out exactly how that came to bend, these heavenly bodies are sitting there somehow perfectly synced and perfectly squared, dare I say, circularity in pairs. Perhaps in 4s and 5s and 6s, like beehives in their hexagonal, octagonal obituaries and their cookie cutters, Stepford wives, obituaries, where they live in situaries, standpoint from one another, each one adjacent and perfect in each cover and uncovered account that you can find somewhere in the sound